Right. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here. We're actually going to talk about two incidents today. We're going to talk about the two dead bodies that were found on Lake Eleanor. We're also going to talk about the shooting last night that happened at La Palace Strip Club. So we'll cover the Lake Eleanor case first. So this actually goes back to Tuesday when this whole incident started. On Tuesday, September 7th at 5 a.m., our deputies responded to the 1900 block of Lake Heritage Circle in reference to a shooting call. Once there, they found a man in his 20s who had been shot multiple times. He told our deputies that he'd been shot by a friend before he was transported to the hospital and rushed into surgery. On the morning of September 9th, a family member of that man who had been shot contacted law enforcement and said that they had been unable to reach the man's girlfriend and infant daughter. Deputies responded back out to Lake Heritage Circle, made entry into the couple's apartment, but there was no one in the home and no signs of foul play. Shortly after that, the shooting victim regained consciousness at the hospital and told the detectives again that he had been shot by a friend while he was in the back seat. And while he was in the driver's seat of the car, his friend was in the back seat, and he believed his girlfriend may have been shot as well. And he also believed the friend drove off with the girlfriend and his baby. Shortly after 2 p.m. yesterday, auto theft detectives located the vehicle in the parking lot of Lake Eleanor Drive, and unfortunately, inside the car were 20-year-old Masanya Malcolm and 1-year-old Jordania. This is a horribly tragic case that has shattered two families. So right now, deputies are actively searching for 21-year-old Dijon Griffiths. Please put his face out there and help us bring him to justice for this tragic case. Detectives have secured an arrest warrant for attempted murder in the shooting at Lake Heritage Drive. And of course, he is a person of interest in the case involving Masanya and Jordania. So before I get to the incident that happened at Lake Palace Strip Club, we'll take some questions on this case here.
Gang-related, drug-related, like what's going on here?
So in this case, it just seems to be, it was a dispute between Dijon Griffiths and this family. He had been staying with them, so he was known to this family.
So he gets in an argument, shoots the one guy, you think all the shootings started in the same night, or happened in the same night?
That's correct.
So any idea how long the mom and daughter had been dead in the parking lot?
It's probably a couple days.
You have a warrant out for attempted murder, not the two others?
So we have a warrant for attempted murder on the first shooting that happened September 7th, and he is definitely a person of interest in this case. Obviously, there's a lot of investigation that needs to be done. It appears that Masanya died from a gunshot wound. We don't have a cause of death on the infant, Jordania, but we believe it may have been from the heat of the vehicle, but that still has to be determined. So, in other words, this suspect allegedly left that baby to die in that car.
Can you say, is there any significance to the area where the car was located?
It's located with less than a mile from the original apartment were they all lived.
And who found the car?
It was found by our auto theft detectives. So once we were told by the family that Masanya and Jordania were missing, we started doing our investigation. We found information about the car. We were able to find the car at the parking lot at Lake Eleanor Drive, which is not too far from where the original shooting victim was found and where they all lived in the apartment.
Do we know how the dispute began? Was it over the place of residence?
Yeah, we just know that there was an argument between them. We believe possibly they wanted Dijon Griffiths out of the apartment at some point, and we don't know what exactly happened from there. That'll all be part of the investigation. And the original shooting victim, he was shot 5 times, so Obviously, he's at the hospital recovering from his wounds, so we'll be looking to talk to him more and find out what led up to the events of this tragedy.
Does this guy have a prior?
I don't know if he has a prior.
I don't think that.
Yeah. We don't have that information right now, but we need the public to be on the lookout from him. Obviously, he's considered armed and dangerous, and he does have a warrant for attempted murder.
Do you possibly have any surveillance video of him from the nearby office building?
We don't have any of that right now.
Okay, it's bad enough to shoot somebody, allegedly shoot and kill somebody else, but to leave an innocent baby in a car?
It's disgusting. That is truly an evil person, and whoever did that is going to have to pay for those crimes. Obviously, Griffiths is a person of interest in that crime, and we've already seen his propensity for violence.
Is everybody good if we move on? Okay.
What's the original dead guy, the guy who was shot, what's his name?
His name is not being released because he is a victim and he's got mercy law protection.
Thank you.
Shot 5 times. Does it appear he's going to survive?
Yes, it appears he's going to survive his wounds. That's correct. Yes, he is the baby's father. All right, so we're going to move on to the incident that happened last night at La Pala Strip Club. So just after 12 a.m. this morning, our deputies were in the parking lot of La Pala Strip Club on South Orange Blossom Trail, taking a report from a security guard about a very drunk person who had fired shots in the air outside of the club and who had been asked to leave. While deputies were there speaking with the security guard, the suspect drove by, firing at the guard and the deputies, and we have a short video clip of body-worn camera.
Got a 342 Foxtrot, 343 Foxtrot. We got a black vehicle sedan northbound. Northbound, just shots fired at us.